Hello viewers.
Hi everybody, you have made a great decision by tuning into this episode of the RJK World Tour podcast. This episode is with my friend Jack, who I originally met on my travels 5 years ago in America. Jack recently taught English in a Thai school. He did a TEFL course. It was a real pleasure for me to do this podcast because first of all, I hadn't actually had the chance to sit down with Jack and talk about his time over there, and I didn't really understand how a TEFL course worked, but Jack really explains things very well. He talks about the training that he had, he talks about life at the school he worked at, he talks about life in Thailand and the travelling he did afterwards, and I learned a lot, and I'm sure that you will too. So I hope that you enjoy the conversation that me and Jack have.
Where would you like me to start, Richard Kearns?
You can start anywhere you like. So why did you do it, first of all?
I did it because I was in a job which I wasn't really enjoying, and I'd read up about TEFL, and it sounded like a really good programme, and I'd never been to Thailand either, and I was interested in teaching, so I thought that teaching in Thailand was kind of a way in to give me experience of teaching, and I thought it was win-win because if I didn't like the teaching, I'd still be in Thailand. It'd be amazing as it is, and if I did like teaching, even better, then I can bring it back to England and do a PGCE, which I'm currently doing.
Oh,
I'm
awesome!
1 week from I can't think, completing the course.
Graduating.
That's a good start, isn't it? Teacher, I can't think of my English words. It's fine.
Did I tell you we can't edit this? I'm only joking.
I'm disrupted by the dogging that's going on.
Yeah, it's a bit
next door to us, we're in the car park in Birmingham.
New street station.
Only the best. You know,
Yeah.
sweating it out in hot temperatures. But we're having a good
Fiesta.
time. Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly, mate. You've got to start somewhere. There is some weird stuff going on there.
There is. I'll try and not look that way.
You must have liked it and it must have been a success.
Yeah, it was brilliant. We did the training in Krabi, and something that appealed to me was that you do the training with 19 other people, so you've like got an immediate network of people. Because it's like it's obviously a country I've never been before, so to do it with 19 others at the beginning is a lot more or less scary.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was a training Krabi, and then I got placed in a school in Bangkok, which was amazing. I hated the place at first.
Yeah, same.
Because I was jet lagged and stuff, and it was just such a culture shock. But the 3 weeks in Krabi allowed me to kind of get used to the way of life.
It's a bit more tranquil, isn't it? There?
Yeah, definitely. So it eases you in.
Yeah.
Eases you in. So by the time I come back to Bangkok, I was used to kind of the Thai way of life, and I loved it. Like, it was brilliant. Absolutely mad, but I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, Bangkok's a weird one, because most people say, well, backpackers say that 3 days is enough and then get out. But I also know someone who did a law placement there, so he was there for quite a while, and he grew to love it. And yeah, it's divides opinion.
Well, that's the thing, because everyone always goes to Koh San Road, straight away.
Yeah.
And they leave and think that's all that Bangkok has to offer. I'd probably say the same if I was a normal kind of tourist going there and moving on, but because I had the chance to go back and teach, I obviously had more chances to explore different places within Bangkok, and it's just amazing. There's so much I didn't get to do, and I want to go back. And
alright, so tell me about some of those places you went to then. I know personally I spent a lot of time around Koh San Road, and then I think went to Sukhumvit.
Sukhumvit. I love Sukhumvit.
Okay.
Did you not like it?
Yeah, it was alright.
Like, did you go to some sky bars down there?
Yeah, we went in one. I went in one, it was like a 5-star hotel. We just walked in shorts, flip-flops and a full moon vest, and it was about $4 or something for a beer. It was like some outrageous view.
For over there, yeah. We went to Sukhumvit quite a lot. We went to this place called what's it called?
It's a family friendly podcast.
I do apologise to all the people listening. I can't remember the name. I will come to me as I speak. But yeah, there's a place basically. There was loads of cool markets down there. There was loads of clubs. There was like all the sex streets were next to it. You know, all the ping pong shows.
Yeah.
Everything was so enclosed. It was like you could do everything down this one street, and then there was the park, which is the biggest park in Bangkok. which I love. There was, little gay districts as well, which I was a fan of. Popped in there every now and then. Paying a little $5 for a bit of sucky.
Is that it?
No, that's not true. Let me.
It
shows what kind of personality you didn't actually know if that was true or not. People would actually believe that.
Well,
I didn't pay for it, but
we'll put it to the vote. I went in some dodgy area. It was, I forget the name of the street now, and I saw Phil Taylor, the world's
I know the guy. What's he doing there? He's behaving.
Well, I don't know.
Shit.
See, I'd done earlier that day. I had a tower of beer to myself because it's my last day in Thailand. When I got into Asia, I saw these beer towers. I was like, I've got to do one of them to myself one day. Never did it. Last day, I've got to do it. I did it over the. Is this guy going to reverse into me?
Fuck.
Yeah, I've got a Fiesta. He's got BMW.
No, he's trying to rule the roost.
This is the.
He doesn't even need to reverse anymore, does he?
This is the challenge of doing a podcast in a car in Birmingham New Street Station. Nah, he's away. So, he just won the championship, and I'd done a tower of beer, so kind of comparable achievements.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
And I saw him on the street. It was one where they filmed The Hangover too.
That's where I went.
Chaos.
On the tower. Did you go up the Sky Bar?
No, not the tower bar. It was the street. Soy Cowboy. That's what it's called.
Yes.
So I was quite drunk, and then we'd seen this ping pong show, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's Phil Taylor. It's like, Phil, massive fan. Just talked all this rubbish. It's like, can I have a picture? He said, no. And there's this girl I was friends with. I told her, I was like, I can't believe it. Just Phil Taylor just turned me down. She said, no, let's go after him. She ran after him, and said, oh, my friend's a big fan, blah, blah. He's like, oh, look to me. He goes, not you again. Took this picture. He looks delighted to meet me. And then I realised about a minute later, do you know where he lives?
Does he live near you back home?
Lives in Crewe.
Does he?
Yeah, I know what pub he drinks and everything, so I realised that it's not actually that special, but...
Well, you don't need to tell people that.
Yeah.
And it makes it seem more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to make it out he was chuffed to see you.
Yeah, I met a world champion in
Soy Cowboy.
Yeah.
So I did go to Soy Cowboy, that's mental.
It's a bit grim, isn't it?
It is. I don't know, it was cool to go there in the sense that there was loads of lights and stuff, but there was loads of old men. We called them Shallangs.
The old men?
Yeah.
That's what they're called, is it?
No, we called them. Because, Farang is like the white person term. They'll call you Farangs. Shallangs just the guys who want the shags. Old guys who come over just to buy Thai brides.
So is this okay? So
I don't think it's an official term. But I'm putting it out there.
Yeah, but do Thais call people that, or is it?
A couple of guys in the group made that term up. Thais call us Farangs.
Farangs, okay.
As in white people.
And then they're called Shurangs.
Shallangs. Yeah.
Alright,
yeah.
There you go.
Shalong out. Shallang.
Educational already.
Yeah, had it here first.
Right, we are supposed to be talking about teaching and inspiring children, but we'll talk about ping pong shows. We're into a ping pong show, right?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Did you enjoy it?
It was something else actually. I imagined before I'd went, there'd be these women in the middle of some big stadium. That's honestly how I pictured it. I love this road style, But it wasn't. We went as a group, 7 of us, and we paid for pretty much a private viewing, which we didn't realise. Paid 200 baht to get in.
That's £4 in English money.
£4 English pounds. And we got a free drink with that, and a free 20-minute viewing. Basically, there's this woman on a little ledge, which we all had a seat to watch. Two of us, when I was one of them, we had to hold balloons. She fired darts out of her punana. Fired them.
God, this is an X-rated version.
She didn't have a very good shot though. Missed. No. She drew a picture of a smiley face. I'm demonstrating with my hands, but you're not able to see this. Drew a picture and signed it, like a smiley face, and signed it for one of my friends. Yeah. Smoked a fag out of it. Yeah, got our money to have left. Felt a bit grim, but at the same time, we all kind of felt obliged to do that when we were there. As bad as it felt. Yeah,
it's a weird one, isn't it? It's like a tourist thing, and it's a bizarre experience. It's something you'll never forget for whatever reason that might be.
I think I actually know.
It's not erotic. It's not.
Well, you clearly went. Oh.
It's not something. No,
that you think
really
because they all older women, you think they've all got to pay for a family, some kids at home.
That's their job, man.
It is. So it gets a laugh out of us, but it goes deeper than that.
Yeah. Definitely. And just be careful because the people who run these shows are crooks. So they'll try.
Well, they're behind all these balls coming out are some dodgy men, really.
Let's get to the teaching then. So you trained up. How long did it take to train?
3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Was it hard training?
No, it wasn't, because you obviously know the language. It was just basically we were taught ways of how to teach it rather than
communicate it across.
So we basically learned games, played games for 3 weeks in this amazing resort, and that was it. And that was so much more appealing than doing it in front of a computer at home. So yeah, got the training, got the certificate. Basically, part of the agreement of working with TEFL Heaven was we were signed to an agency called Echo English, and they are a what's the word?
An agency.
Yes, agency. They're an agency, and they help place you. But they were taking so long. You're meant to be placed by a certain time, but I'd already finished the course, and still hadn't placed me. So I took things into my own hands. Basically, there was a website called Ajan.com, and Ajan is a Thai word for teacher. And I phoned up a school in Thailand, in Bangkok rather, obviously Thailand, and they had a role going in their school, and it was a role for nursery teaching, reception teaching in year 1 all the way up to year 6. They call it Pratom over there. So I got placed in a school just in Bangkok. It was a suburb of it, and I was the only English guy in the whole town, basically. So it was cool. It was a bit of a shock to the system, going from 19 others around you to being the only white guy in town. You got stared at quite a lot. But I had some friends in Bangkok as well, like in the centre of it. So it only took me 20 minutes to get to the actual centre. My town was in the middle of the airport link, which was a train system from Suvarnabhumi all the way to the...
Is that the overhead train?
Yeah. So mine was on one of the transport links. So it was easy to get in and out of town. I learned to love it. Like, I felt like a celebrity.
Oh, really?
Like, honestly, I was like, I'm only going to be here for a few months, so just embrace it. So a little bit of me was like, thought I was actually something, which I was not. I was nothing. I was just the only white guy. I go in the middle of Bangkok and you know what I'm going because there's loads of tourists. But there, they all were like, teacher, in the middle of the streets, Wow. They'd stop and talk to me,
English? Or?
Yeah, like, I would go running in the park and I'd get stopped. I'm not joking. The guy would invite me to tea.
Oh, wow.
I actually went rounders. Like, I know it sounds dodgy, but over there, they all are so friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
They invited me in, and it turned out this guy who randomly stopped me was a travel agent. I told him I wanted to travel after my placement, and he set me up to he got me sorted for buses to Vietnam and Cambodia. So it was just really strange how it worked out. But went around his house, met his sister. His sister was like, "Yeah, you're my new brother," and was so welcoming. Over here, people would think that's odd. And if
it's not the culture, is it?
And if you were going for a run in a park around anywhere in England, basically, and someone stopped you, you'd be like, "Okay, something's going on here."
The police, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think you're gonna go
raped,
jacked, or I think that was the first time I've ever said jack. You get jacked or raped or what?
Yo.
Yeah. I don't know where that come from, but you get the idea. Yeah, so you just forget that and you just accept that it's really nice that everyone's just there to help you. No one's there trying to do you over.
Yeah.
Basically, it's really refreshing.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
We've established that you got to Bangkok, you trained, got a placement in Bangkok, and you like the area that you're in.
Yeah.
So, what about the teaching itself? What did you...
Teach myself. I'm always learning for myself.
So, what about the teaching itself? Did that go well? I'm assuming so.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was just left to my own devices first. Well, actually, that's a lie. At first, I didn't like it. The managing director was kind of up my arse.
This is a family show, for fuck's sake.
He basically wanted to film me in the classroom, basically seeing how I get on.
Yeah.
He was really quite giving me he was giving me advice, but in a non-constructive way. So I felt quite stressed at the time because it was all very new. It was a new area, new way of life, and he was just making the experience not great.
Was he Thai or was he?
He was Thai.
He was Thai, okay.
But then actually he backed off, and then he was a director from a few other schools, so he went down south to I think Krabi actually. So I was quite free, and I felt then I could relax. Yeah. I could just plan my lessons and just teach what I wanted basically. It was tiring, it was so hot. The school was very basic. It was chalkboards everywhere and just fans, and it was just a very open school, so it was just a very humid place. There's no aircon.
Okay.
So it was very, very hard to get used to the temperature. There's 50 kids in each of the classes.
Oh wow.
So it was quite hard to control at first, but you just have to get on with it really. But it was really interesting, just knackering, but I loved it. The kids were so grateful and they're so willing to learn.
Yeah.
It was a real pleasure.
Yeah.
They're just so happy.
Yeah, I did a similar experience myself, and it's not really too comparable to yours, but I did all of 2 days in a school in Cambodia. So I was in Siem Reap, I don't know if you went to Siem Reap.
Yeah.
And
Angkor Wat?
Yeah, around that area. And someone I met had gone to this school run by this monk, And at that time I thought I was pretty good. I was like, I've done uni, got good grades at school, did well at sport and that, got good grades at A-level, got a degree at a good uni, been to America, become a teacher. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. And I met this guy who ran this school, and he was left home at 13, this Cambodian lad, to become a monk because his mum couldn't support all of him. Then he'd been a monk for all that and learned how to do that and learned how to meditate, taught meditation. And then he was the same age as me and had opened up this school for orphans and underprivileged kids and built it up from the ground up, literally. And I was like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. This guy's amazing.
You just walked in.
Yeah. I was like, oh god, like I've not done anything compared to this guy. He's just the most lovely guy I ever met. He's my hero.
They're so grounded. They don't even think anything of it.
Oh yeah.
They're just
unbelievable. It's such a good guy. He's not a monk now anymore. He stopped doing that, and
you kept in touch.
Got him on Facebook, mate. Yeah. Anyway, I had to talk for a couple of days, and the kids were grateful and that. And it was in a wooden hut. And there was chickens running through the classroom, and it was chaos. But they had a whiteboard and like a few tatty books and stuff. And they just basically got by on backpackers coming for a couple of days. And, I mean,
that seems to be the culture really over there. There's an ongoing. People come and go all the time.
Yeah.
There's such a need for them to learn because like learning English is like their
it's a way out.
Passport out there, isn't it?
Kind of.
To a better life, really.
Yeah.
Learning English, they can be a doctor over there, or a lot of them want to be flight attendants and stuff.
Yeah. It's certainly it can definitely be a way out. But I personally I enjoyed the experience. I loved doing it, but for me to commit a long time for it at that time, I just didn't think I had it in me. But you obviously did.
Yeah, like you just have to embrace it really. It was a massive shock, and it does take time to get used to and your new routine of being at school and stuff. But like with anything, if you give it time, you get used to it, and you just become more confident within it. And you get to know the teachers, the kids, their parents, because a couple of times a week I'd do gate duty. So I'd meet them all and greet them, and it was great. And once you get to know them, it becomes second nature really. And before you know it though, it goes so quickly, and then it passes by, and then it's over. So I really tried to make the most of it, and I do want to go back. I feel like I would love to teach it again.
In the same school?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd love to. But the thing is, I know it would be different because obviously it'd be different kids. And also what made it great was the fact that I had a few friends in Bangkok from the course. So I had a network of friends to meet up with, and it wouldn't be the same. And some people never go back, but I don't know, like...
Well, the reason I met you in the first place is because I did a summer in America of 1 year, and then went back a second year, and then it was just a different experience. Like the novelty factor did go, because everything I did was the same stuff I did the year before, but you do meet different people, and it was good for its own ways. And well, we're here today. We're
5 years later, here we are in Birmingham.
Exactly.
Exactly.
From New Jersey to
that's
Birmingham.
Right, actually, that's true. Maybe you're right. It's just a cliche. Never go back. So if you want to do something, you should just do it. So maybe I'll take inspiration from yourself. That's an inspiring guy.
Oh well, I try. What was your first lesson like?
First lesson was actually teaching the nursery kids.
You know what's going on at all, do they?
No, I mean they're pretty much clueless anyway, aren't they, in any country? So, but then some white clown walks in and they're like, "What the fuck?" To them. And then obviously the guys at the back filming me. I did nursery rhyme, Ring a Roses a few times. Got them to draw, and I did some other nursery rhymes. Got them to draw like themselves and like try and write their name. But obviously it was too much. But I honestly, I didn't know what they were capable of at all. And then he gave me some pointers after that, and it was pretty much trial and error at the beginning, like with each of the children. There was no differentiation and stuff, which I was to learn on my PVC what the hell that is. There was one class per year, and there was such a range of abilities, and because there was such a huge amount of kids in each class, by the time you actually got to know who was at what level, it was kind of near the end of the placement really.
So why was it 3 months? Could it have been longer?
No, it was longer than that. It was actually it was only 4 months. But they have 2 terms basically.
Okay.
They have one term from November until February, and then another term for a longer term from March until August or something, because of the seasons. So I did the shorter one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work it out, but it was shorter. So that was why really, but they just give international students or workers over there shorter contracts,
Right.
which works out for the teachers and us, because lots of people don't want to commit too long because they want to kind of be a backpacker and travel and move on.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't tie down the score with someone if it doesn't work out. So it works for both parties really.
Okay.
And I obviously, a lot of them did stay on, my friends, and I would have, but like I said, I wanted to do the PGCE.
Okay.
So that's why I did the 4 months and then started applying online on UCAS and that in Thailand, and then came back, did a bit of travelling and came back and had interviews here.
Okay.
So that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did it work with accommodation?
But yeah, the director actually helped me out. They set me up with a little flat.
Okay.
Which is part of the deal. Because I said about that on the phone, what do I need to look for accommodation online or whatever? No, but it came with the school still.
Yeah.
So whoever works there gets the flat basically.
Yeah.
So it was very basic. It was like a room with a shower attached, which was cold every day, no warm water.
Yeah.
I asked for a fridge. A fridge was like a privilege. Yeah. So they don't have kitchens.
Right.
Because it's all market food.
Yeah.
They all go to the local markets, which is great. But I need my Western comforts. I love my. They had a Tesco up the road, which was surprised me. I didn't even know they were over there.
No, I stayed at a Muay Thai camp for a few weeks in Chiang Mai, and I was asking this American lad about where you can go and buy food. So we had a kitchen then. I hadn't cooked for about 4 months.
Yeah.
Because I'd been just eating the market food, like you say.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, what you want to do is either go to this convenience store around the corner, or if you go up the road, turn left, walk 10 minutes down the road, it's this big supermarket. It's called Tesco Lotus. And I was like, oh yeah, I know Tesco. And
yeah, it's Lotus. I don't know why it's Lotus. I don't know what that means. But I don't know.
No clue. It's one for you.
I'll Google it later. Don't worry if our listeners well, but I will Google it. But yeah, so my go-to food was muesli and milk. That was my comfort.
Oh really?
Yeah, which is really expensive out there, but obviously it's imported from here. So I used to get that. I got some. What else did I get from here? I can't remember now. Just cereal, really. That was my thing out there. Like having cereal, I loved it. And
Fair enough.
yeah. Then I got packages sent out from home and stuff, so I had my chocolate and that. Yeah, chocolate over there. I'd love the Snickers. 7-Eleven's galore. So you just get the Snickers over there and some other stuff.
Some M150. Did you ever get that?
Yeah.
Wild stuff that.
Apparently that's got ketamine in it.
I heard it's got amphetamines in it.
What's that?
Crystal methamphetamine.
Oh, is it?
That's what's in that. Yeah.
Fuck, I had a feeling I was buzzing. Yeah.
Yeah, how true it is, but it just send you a bit loopy, so...
Yeah, did you hear about the rumours about the Changs as well?
What, the fact they range from 6 to 12%?
Was that true? Each one
Chang
was
roulette.
different, yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things that gets passed down.
I think it's placebo, because you can have one and be like, whoa, but you don't know if it's psychological or just bullshit.
I've heard 1 or 2 people say it's complete nonsense, but it's also, you've heard it and I've heard it, it's one of those things that backpackers pass on to other backpackers. And I've seen that myself, because I told my 2 mates who came out to see me in Thailand, and I heard them telling people. Same thing goes for the M150s.
Yeah, it's like folklore, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's passed on.
I mean, you can get Valium over the counter though in some places.
But then Chang's such a big company, you'd think, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the Chang you get over there is different to what you get over here.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not the same. It's brewed in Northampton, I think. I could be wrong. It's like
Northampton, everyone. You hear that first? Northampton. Chang is brewed in Northampton.
Well, I know the stuff you get over here is not brewed in Malaysia, wherever it's supposed to be.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm quite disheartened by that.
Sorry.
I'm not going to Chang ever again.
Well, but yeah.
Singer.
But saying
I preferred Singer actually. I didn't like Chang.
Well, yeah, the ways to avoid Chang roulette, if you got any worries about that, is just buy Singer or Leo.
Well, don't drink Chang.
Or
Then great tip from Richard J. Kerr.
There you go. Christ, where do we get to that?
The whiskey they used to have all the time, everywhere. Starts with an S, I think.
I know what you...
I can't think what it's called, but that was everywhere. Oh fuck, I can't remember what it's called.
So the apartment was basic, but you had some
Very basic.
Did you get paid?
Yeah, I got paid. The wage over there was not very good if you were to have it here, but over there you live like a king.
Okay.
So I got 33,000 baht a month. My accommodation was 3,000 baht a month.
So you had to pay for accommodation?
Yeah, but 3,000 compared to 30,000. I had 30,000
how much is that
to play around with.
Like 600 quid or something?
Yeah, something like that. So over there, because you can barter with loads of things at the market, low MI, lower the price.
Yeah.
That's one of the...
Oh yeah, like that 600 quid over there, you can live for a lot.
Yeah, you can live, and it was great because I could save up as well for my travelling. But they paid me in cash, so I had so much to go around, which is probably my downfall because I just spend it. If it was on my, if I had a car, because I didn't have a work permit.
Okay,
They sort me out. I had to do illegal visa runs.
Yeah, I've done one of
Cambodia.
them.
Dodgy as hell.
No, I did one to Burma.
Birmingham. It's like,
I went to Birmingham, yeah.
oh,
Flew
it's
it.
dodgy as fuck.
Yeah, well, I say Birmingham, Myanmar, as in Phuket, and we set off at like 6 a.m. It was like 6 hours there.
Yeah.
You get on a boat, go to Myanmar, get your passport stamped, then you get it stamped for leaving.
Yeah.
Then you get on a boat and back there, get back on the minibus, and
That's how it was. I was so nervous the whole time though. Yeah, we've got a 4-hour journey to Cambodia in this back of this van, like a white van, with about 20 people shoved in the back.
yeah.
You turn up and there's these like Thais playing poker, some kind of card game, and they ask you for your passport, and you just have to trust it.
Yeah.
You give it, then you go and have to wait in casino. Where it's over, there's a casino back, it's illegal to gamble over there, so it's on the border, so it's the only place it's legal.
Okay.
So you have to wait in this dodgy casino for about an hour with all these like people around like trying to suss you all out, and then you get called over, hopefully get it back, and you get back in the van.
Yeah.
You feel like a criminal.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I do that, what, 3 times?
About that. Some of my mates had to go to Laos, which was like long, but Cambodia wasn't too bad in comparison.
Did you get like a 30-day visa then, or 15? Because you usually get 15 by land.
No, the first one it was 30 day, I think.
Because
It was the 30 day one I got.
I made that mistake. I heard you get a 30-day, and it's a visa waiver, not actually a visa. So we travelled from Malaysia into Thailand, and when he stamped it for 15 days, I was like, what is this? You get 30. And then that night, when we were in PP, we did a bit of research and worked out it was 15 by land, but you get 30-day visa waiver if you fly in.
Laser.
Yeah, muffling my words here. So the next time I went into Thailand, which was a few months later, I was in Laos, and I usually get a bus journey, but I just flew in, paid $50 or something, and flew in just so I got that 30 days, which I then overstayed. So I had to pay like a tenner.
Badass.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's me.
Go on.
Did you get 30-day ones? Or
30 days, but the thing is, it took so long to sort out, because I had to go to the Thai embassy numerous times, which was in Bangkok.
Yeah.
It was whilst the riots were going on.
Oh no.
So it was so dodgy, and literally I remember having to sort it out at school in the office, about when I'm going to go to the Thai embassy, and or whether I need to go to Laos or Cambodia. I had to use Google Translate.
Yeah.
The whole time, like, do I need to go to Laos? And then she typed something in, and then it was such a ridiculous scenario. And it got sorted in the end. Going through the borders when I was travelling, because I had so many stamps from the checks, it was dodgy as hell, because they'd look at you and then they'd go to talk to someone in their language.
Yeah, you don't know
like,
what's going on.
Oh my god, what the fuck? And you just get scared about going to the Thai prison,
you
you think, fuck.
you're powerless,
it's
aren't you?
horrible,
Yeah.
I hated it. But you have to do it, you want to travel, you've got to do it.
Yeah.
So, it's part and parcel, really.
Yeah, it's an experience you will never forget.
It's nothing I've ever done, like, ever in my life. Like, it's a different culture, different...
Yeah.
Everything's so different over there. Like, you have to experience it to believe some of the things that go on.
Did you think you got better as a teacher doing it?
I think I learned behaviour management.
Yeah.
Because, not great ones, really. Over here I wouldn't be able to do what I did. You know, stand on a chair and shout, slamming doors, blowing my whistle. Because it was such a small, like, such a big classroom, such a vast number of children. You had to do what you had to do, because they didn't understand what I was saying, so I couldn't be like, can you please be quiet?
Yeah.
You had to speak in broken English.
Yeah.
Like, me talk, you shut up.
Right, okay.
And the word I used was niap. Niap is Thai for shut up. And it's rude over there, but as soon as you say it, they are like...
Okay.
They are so silent. And sometimes I thought I had it with them. Like, they would be a bit abrupt. I'd turn around and start writing on the board for them to do some stuff. And then they'd go silent. I was like, wow, 50 kids, they've been silent for me, this is great.
Yeah.
But I turned around, but that wasn't because of me, because there's a Thai teacher in the corridor looking in.
Okay.
And they have this discipline over there. That's all it takes. So a glance from a teacher, an actual respected Thai teacher, and they're silent.
It's the same over here though. Like when I'm doing it in a
proper silent.
When I'm doing it in a classroom, I'm like they're listening, and turn around, and the head just walks to the door.
But over there though, they're allowed to hit.
Ah, okay.
So they can use violence, really.
Good lord.
It's weird because it's so...
Tell me about discipline first.
Discipline.
So they can hit kids over there.
Basically, yeah. I feel like it's completely one way in Thailand and the other here. Obviously, kids over here know their rights and know that you can't do anything. Very cocky with it, and you can... Basically, you're not allowed to be left one-to-one with a kid over here because they can accuse you of something and you'll lose your job. Over there, it's completely the other way. There's loads of respect, but they're allowed to like hit them basically. Yeah. So if there could be some kind of middle ground, that'd be great.
I wonder what that middle ground is.
I know, but I'm trying to search that. It's an ongoing battle.
You'd say it's helped for you PDT?
Yeah, I definitely, just the experience of standing up in front of 50 kids.
Yeah, the night before I was about to do my first lesson, it was like 10 minutes, if that, just saying the lines and lesson in front of the mirror. It's like, this doesn't sound right. Who's this Mr. Kearns that I'm talking about here? Like, it's just, it's so bizarre.
Yeah, I did some TAing over here to get the experience to go on the course, but you can only be on the side really before you do the PGC here. Whereas over there, you're in front of them. So that was great for my confidence. Find my teaching voice, just to get practice really. You know, I'm obviously always learning, but definitely learn a lot out there. Yeah. I thoroughly recommend doing TEFL. Like any of you listeners out there, do it. Sign up, TEFL Heaven, go for it. Plus, I get 30 quid if I sign up anyone up. So.
Oh, there we go.
Stint soon, so the more money the better. Sign up, people.
What would a typical day be?
Wake up about 6 o'clock in the morning, sweating because I didn't have the aircon was pretty much broken at the time in my apartment. So it was so uncomfortable, and the bed was on the floor. You know, really low bed. So I used to have to sleep with this. They gave me like some Disney sheet with like Disney princesses on it, and that was my bedspread. Really weird setup. So I get up at 6, have some cereal, have some muesli. That we're saying my comfort food. And there's a Tesco up the road, so I used to go there. So I had the muesli. I used to listen to some music on Spotify because you could get Spotify over there, but for only like 28 days. Head up again, and I'd listen to like One Direction and stuff. I've still got the same playlist. You know, like it takes me back to my apartment actually. Yeah. So I would get up at 6 o'clock, have my muesli, have a cold shower because you can get hot water. So pretty much I'd turn up to school and I'd be knackered, really sweaty, and not clean. And I'd have to start school day. On Monday and Friday I'd have gate duty. So I'd greet them all and do Swadi Cup and that whole thing. And then I'd start teaching at 9, 9 to 3, either like nursery or reception, year 1 to year 6, with some free periods. Had my own desk with like children's staff room. The Thai people would bring me like different Thai foods to try and stuff. They're really, really sweet.
Did they speak English?
Like broken. Some were better than others.
Did you learn any Thai?
Well, when we did the course, we had an hour Thai day. Which is good. Like an actual Thai lady would come in, teach us Thai, just the basics. Yeah. But I've never really picked it up. Yeah. I've never been good at language. Like some people got it, some people didn't.
There's a boy I met in Pi.
Yeah.
And he was an American lad who'd done it. He's actually from New Jersey, and he picked it up quite well. Met with him on the night markets around Pi, and he was like having banter with all the people behind the desk.
Really?
Yeah, he spoke it quite well, like not fluent, and he'd just make little jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And ask for certain things and say comments like. Yeah. He somehow picked it up.
Well, that's the thing. Like you only need the basics. I know that Loader Mine was lower the price because you have to barter with all the food and that. So and the numbers as well. So, but apart from that, everyone wanted to like practice their English on me anyway. Yeah. So I kind of got lucky really. I just could speak just broken English to them. Yeah. I carried on speaking broken like English when I'd come back. Like you just get in the habit of like me hungry, order this. Do
you think that helps though? Because speaking broken English, like my parents do that to people, and they do it really loud as well.
What, to English people?
To people who don't speak English. Actually, my mate was worse. My mate Lee, if he met someone who was not English as their mother tongue, he'd speak to him like really loud and real broken English. But does that help people?
Well, it's just I think it does, because if you're using all these filler words, there's so much for them to take in, I suppose.
Okay, yeah.
Process what you're saying.
Alright, yeah.
So if you just say the key points, what you want to order, I used to point and use hand gestures a lot.
No, there's ways of communicating, because I had, at this Muay Thai camp I went to, the coaches, and they didn't really speak any English, but you still find a way to communicate.
Yeah, but there's always a way. Like I said, when we had to sort my visa stuff out, we had to use Google Translate, technical words we had to use, and that's new. But the basic word to use in either language to help one another. So we had to, thank God we had to type in Google. She'd say something, I'd look, and I'd be like, oh, and then I'd write something back. And you just hope the translation is accurate. So thank God for technology really, because that was like the visa stuff, that was like the important stuff. So I could have easily misinterpreted something. Like I nearly had to go to Lao. They said something Lao, but they said like, yeah, you go Lao or something like that. But they meant to say you not go Lao.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
So it could have easily ended up having a long ass bus journey up there, but it was alright. So each day was just had a weekly plan of the lessons I teach. I'd see each class like twice a week, which is cool. And we had sports day on Christmas Day, and we had a Christmas assembly in the morning. So I was Santa Claus. I dressed up as Santa Claus on Christmas Day and did an assembly. I had to like host it. So I was on the mic and on the stage with all the kids. I was like,
Hey, you love that.
it was good, but I was like, shit, I didn't know what they liked. So we did musical statues, which they actually really loved. I was like, thank God. And everyone wanted to have a go, so I just went with it. But they literally, they made a fool out of me, because it's like, you know that game, is it Just Dance? Or something, you know, on the PlayStation or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they put a big screen up, and I had to dance to some weird Thai song. And everyone was crying. It was so bad, but you have to laugh over it. You think, fuck.
It's quite a big jokey culture though, isn't it, Thailand?
Yeah, it was really funny. At first, you just oh shit, but you think actually, sod it, is funny. They're having a good time. You just go with it, don't you?
Yeah.
And it kind of does go to your head a bit, I think. You can't even fuck. I'm on the stage, like they're all looking at me. Actually, you come back. I could have been anyone. I just was white skinned. You know what I mean? Like, so they were more fascinated with me because my skin colour, really, not because I had a decent chat.
I'm sure you did.
No, well, they didn't understand me. I was just like a white clown, like just like falling over, stumbling. You know, I'm like just a walking mess.
It sounds.
But then it was cool. And then the afternoon, I was a football referee. It was really it was really fun. It was really cool.
Jack of
they
all
wanted
trades.
to be messy. They didn't know QPR. I'd wear my shirt.
There's a surprise.
I know. It's like. I was like, I'm going to teach you at QPR. And they just knew, like, you know, Messi. They were like Liverpool, actually. They all supported Liverpool.
Did it? Yeah, it's weird. Like, you see tuk-tuks like Arsenal stickers on and stuff. You don't realise how big the Premiership actually is until you sort of go to these places and they all go mad for it. Seems crazy.
But what I wanted to... They were all on the sidelines watching because it was like their sports day. And I went up to refereeing. One of the Thai kids went in goal and I went to get the ball. And I thought, I'll do some kick-ups. Maybe they'll think I'm good. And I absolutely stacked it. Like, I don't know how. I went to reach the ball and I lost my footing. And I was like, oh fuck. Like, and literally everyone was roaring. I was like, oh my god. Like, I just looked like a dick. Like, I thought I was going to do a couple of kick-ups and it just went tits up.
I learnt that the hard way years ago, where me and my friend Swifty had a ball and we were going for a kick-about. And I was walking down the road with a ball, and there was a girl coming the other way, and I thought, I'm going to impress her here. Oh. And did a couple of step overs and tripped myself up. Didn't pull her. Shock. Anyway. Go on.
They're like such lovely staff and teachers and kids though. Like my last day, we had like a staff training day. We went to some other school in Bangkok. And then, for all I knew, we were going out on some boats down the river. And I went for some, and then we went in canoes, and we were digging for what they called. What do you
treasure?
What do you get from like the bottom of the water? And you could
shells,
mussels,
mussels,
something like mussels, something. But we all did that, like canoeing on like this really like tight, nice.
Cocklefish.
I think it was that, yeah. So we did that, and it was really nice. And then we had a massive like feast with all the teachers, the really beautiful river and everything. And I just assumed it was just for all the teachers and that. And then we all had loads of photos and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, this is for you." And I was like so humbled, but is humbled the word? Like, yeah. I was like, I think I nearly cried. It's one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me. And they all just wanted to like have a nice like goodbye kind of pie, and it was all a surprise, and I didn't realise it was actually.
That's nice.
I felt like I didn't deserve it. You know, that's so nice to me. And I wanted to be great. I wanted to speak, like, say more than I could because they didn't understand me. I could only say thank you. And I think they saw in my face that I was really faithful. But, you know, you just want to feel indebted. I was just like, wow, that's so nice. So, they're lovely, lovely people.
Yeah, Christmas is like a hard time to miss as well. I missed 2 of them, and it's just, that was quite tough. Did a few okay things, but it's not the same.
So, one of my friends stayed over the day, because a couple of them worked down the school in Bangkok, and there was an English guy who ran it, so they got holiday. So she had Christmas Eve and that period off. So she came over. On the Christmas Eve we did like Englishy stuff, like normal traditional stuff. Watched Love Actually, of course. And then got to Skype home like 3 times the next day. And I met up with some of my friends in Bangkok. We went to an Irish pub.
Okay.
And we had like a proper dinner and that. So that was nice. It was never going to be the same, but it made me appreciate Christmases here with my family. Like,
yeah, I had the same thing. Yeah.
Like it was kind of nice to be away. But
it's a good experience to have because you do have that appreciation.
Yeah. But I felt like when I was Skyping home, it was at different points in the day, and I don't know about. We always do the same things every Christmas. Like we go for a walk and we do this and that. So I was kind of like I knew what they were up to. I was kind of like there, but I wasn't there. If that makes sense, They sent me some presents and stuff, so I got to open them in front of them, and it was just really nice.
Amazing wonders of technology.
Yeah, like that definitely made it a lot easier. But knowing that I was going to speak to them and see them.
My first Christmas away, I went to the internet cafe and watched 2 episodes of Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, it's a TV show. And then we had like a potluck lunch thing, which is American culture. Everybody just brings something to dinner and you eat each other's food. And then I went to eat all-you-can-eat sushi at night. That was it.
Oh.
Yeah. Second one in Australia, that was good because we went to the beach and just had a good time, just having a few drinks on the beach. That was good.
It's nice. It's feel good, isn't it? Like as well. It doesn't.
No, it's weird though. Like it's
just. But even though my friend was there and then she left, and it was just me in my apartment when I wasn't at school. But
yeah,
I was lucky that some of my friends and my family sent me some stuff in the run up and sent little decorations and stuff. So I kitted out the whole place with stuff from home. It was really cheap, like balls and stuff like that. But it felt like Christmas.
Fair
and I'd play Christmas music and stuff, and it was different, but it felt like I had an advent calendar sent to me. It was all melted and stuff, but it was just nice, little things. They put Christmas cards up and stuff. So I made it as Western as possible, really. Christmas is. It did feel strange, but it made me appreciate what's here, really, because I just love Christmas.
I think it's good, isn't it? But it's good you had that experience away.
Yeah, definitely. It was difficult, but it was good that I could see my friends and everyone was in the same situation. So
yeah, that's it, isn't it? Moving on, would you recommend people doing the TEFL program that you did?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's such a great experience and it's opened so many doors. So many of my friends continue teaching up there, but they went on to teach in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then to Korea. Some have gone on to Australia. So it's just you can do whatever you want with it. You can go anywhere, and it's such a lovely place. And it's a privilege to teach them children because they want to be there and they want to learn. You don't have to try and get them to listen, and that they want to be there. And it's just such a great experience. And I think. It's always good to travel, isn't it? And if you can travel and work at the same time, that's even better because you can fund trips as well, which I think is why people do it as well.
Yeah.
Because you can save up and move on, but you can travel at the same time and work. You don't have to return home to go back again, So yeah.
If people were wanting to do it, how would they do it?
What? Getting onto TEFL? Well, there's the company I did with called TEFL Heaven. I found out about it just through Googling it. I just Googled TEFL, literally, and there was loads of programs that came up about it. You basically just have to fill out an application form, kind of similar to Camp America. You fill out a form, you can make a video on YouTube, just speaking about yourself, and then, and then you have a Skype interview. It's a really informal chat. They just want to know that you're just
not a weirdo.
Basically, normal, just a decent person, really, and that's it. And then you get on. You pay a little bit of money, but it's really well run and organised. And I just think it's better to go out there and do the training because you're training out there in a place you're going to teach and you're kind of getting used to the area at the same time rather than doing the training here on a computer not knowing what it's going to be like. So I'd always say it's better to do it there rather than on a screen, but each to their own, isn't it?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And so obviously you've talked about what you taught in school and that and your experiences there. What did you do afterwards then in terms of travel?
I went to Cambodia first. So I went to Cambodia for a week. I went to Angkor Wat to see Angkor Wat.
Yeah,
the
temples, Siem Reap, City of Temples.
Yeah, which was amazing. So I did the sunrise thing. Did you do that?
No.
It was a long old, like, you had to get there quite early because there's loads of people there, but it was cool.
And sunsets wind me up, but I'll get to that later on.
So we went there, and then I went to, I don't know what I'm saying, what it was to me. Went to Sihanoukville for a few days, and then went to Vietnam. Then a couple of my friends were teaching there. Didn't work out for them in Thailand. They were a couple, so they went to teach in
Hanoi? Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, so went there. I loved it. It was like, felt like it was good to be back in the city again.
I like Ho Chi Minh.
I think it was really cool. So many bikes. I've never seen so many bikes in my life. That was cool. Then went up, kind of followed it up. And then we met another friend and we went to Hoi An, Nha Trang and Hanoi. And went to
Laos.
But no, from Hanoi did a 2-day trip to
Halong Bay.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's quite misty.
Yeah, I had the same. I think it was the time of year.
Yeah. But didn't have time to go to Laos. Then I went. Went to Krabi, back to Krabi.
Flew then.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have wasted so much time getting buses and stuff like that.
They're not that much the flights, are they?
No, exactly, and it was worth spending a little bit more just to get there. Because after a few buses, it is tiring, you know.
Well, it depends what you're doing on the buses. You listen to good podcasts.
Well, if this was around, I would be tuning in, and they would have made my journeys fly by. But unfortunately, didn't have that. Sad, you have the same music you listen to all the time.
I had an iPod shuffle, so you have 200 songs. Yeah.
So went to Krabi with my mate, did some trips to the islands, then flew again down to Malaysia. Went to Kuala Lumpur and
Malacca, Penang.
Yeah. So that was really cool. And then went to Singapore for a few days, which was it was very expensive, but I just went for a few days just to see what it was like.
That's all you need.
And flew on a QPR plane. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I was at the airport in Malaysia waiting to fly to Singapore because this spot's my
Air Asia, yeah. And
I'm just sitting there, and a plane goes by. And I'm like, oh my god, that's a QPR plane. That's amazing. I can't believe what the chances. So I took those pictures, thinking, I'll be great to go on it. And then
that was your plane.
We Chef said, blow me down. I'm getting off. Lined up. So we're going to your plane now, whatever. It's really weird over there. You're walking through the airports are so open over there.
I walked onto the runway. It took a wrong turn.
Yeah, literally.
I was in Kuala Lumpur as well. How have I managed to make it here?
Yeah, and so we got on the QPR, and I couldn't believe it. And inside it's loads of facts about us. It's called The Loft. And there's loads of random facts about us, and I was like, oh my god, I was just fascinated. I was like, this has made my trip. I couldn't believe it. Took loads of pictures and stuff, and I loved it.
That's pretty odd, isn't it? It's really weird.
What the chances,
Well, I was in DMK Airport in Bangkok, walking around the corner, and there's a Leicester City club shop.
No, it's just so random, isn't it?
What? And they were in the championship at the time as well.
Yeah, like these little little QPR.
Yeah.
Well, you've been on a Celtic bus before? A Celtic plane?
Celtic.
No, you haven't, have you? No. So then went to Singapore for a few days, then flew up to Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
It was Songkran.
Is that a national holiday or?
Yeah, the big water festival.
Yeah.
Which is one of the most insane things
I never seen it, but
it was literally the streets are filled with people. Everyone's got walk cars. You can't leave your hostel without one because it's like your ammunition. Everyone gets you. Everyone's in vans going past.
Drive-bys.
Yeah, with buckets of ice water tipping it over. And what we used to do was really dangerous, but I got a proper fill up. But people are on their bikes, motorbikes, literally driving by me, and we'd wait and get them in their faces. I got a proper kick out of it. I kept doing it. My friends were telling me to stop. But it was just it was so dangerous. But everyone was getting everyone. It was fun. You never seen so many smiles on your faces.
Yeah.
But I thought I was blind when I did it. I met up with one of my mates, and the first thing, he's called Jack as well. He was like, "Where you are to me now?"
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't see this, viewers, but either way.
Listeners.
He turned around and he was like, "Happy Songkran," and he shot me, walked a pistol straight in my eye. I was like, "Oh, fuck!" And everyone was like, "Jack, I was like, how dramatic I could be at times. And I was, milking it a bit, obviously. But honestly, it was so painful. It was. I fed up a bit because it was like drain water. This water had been on the streets and it was all just reused water. So that was great. I don't know why that happened. And then, so Songkran was really cool. and then went to Pi.
Yeah.
Well, actually went to Pi first and then to Chiang Mai. Pi was really cool.
See, the thing about that for me is that everyone had rammed down my throat about how cool and laid back it was.
Because of word of mouth. I didn't hear about it.
It was put on a massive pedestal, and it was good, but it was always never going to be as good as what people had said to me.
True. When you've got, it's better to have no expectations in it, because things
it can only get better. Then.
Exactly. Like every time I mention to people, I want to go to Chiang Mai. They're like, "Oh, if you go to Chiang Mai, you've got to go Pi." So it's like, okay, well, may as well check it out.
It's worth going.
It was cool though. But like, I suppose it was never going to be. Yeah, like it was hyped up, so my expectations were never going to be met.
Yeah.
You in your head, you just create this image of somewhere. It was really cool though. And then flew back to Bangkok for a week, and then stayed at my friend's house for the remaining of my trip really, and then came home and it was. I loved it. Like just
quite a lot done then.
Yeah, just I thought I don't know if I'll go back. I mean, I hope to, but you never know.
Yeah.
I thought just try and get as much done. I didn't care if it cost a bit more money. I didn't like. I was there. I wanted to do as much.
That's fair enough.
And I loved it. I travelled some of the time with some friends, but it was nice to travel by myself. Actually, I loved that. Because you always meet people at hostels and stuff, and people want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So you meet someone for like a minute, and like, oh, do you want to go?
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? Yeah.
And then you just talk, and you get to know someone. And
some you meet for a day, or some you travel with even further.
And then you'll see because everyone's doing the same route or similar, and it happened a few times. You bump into someone like, that's so crazy, like.
Yeah.
How you been?
Yeah.
Catch up like they're an old friend, you know?
Yeah, I know. I remember the first time it happened to me. That was a guy I'd met for like all 5 minutes. That was in Penang actually, and I'd met him in Malacca, which is south of Kuala Lumpur. And then I saw him in the street, and I greeted him like he was just my best mate. I hadn't seen him in 10 years. Yeah. I only even knew him for 5 minutes. Yeah. But then it does happen quite a while, and then it's like, oh, of course you're here in Hanoi when I saw you in Kuala Lumpur. It becomes less of a deal after a while, but it's still cool.
When you look back and you think, it's
pretty cool.
All the hostels to stay in as well, and to be there at that moment, that was great. It was great. Like Southeast Asia is just, I have unfinished business. I do want to go back, but
Where would you go if you went back? Or what did you not do that you felt like you wanted to do?
I wanted to go to Bali, Gili
Islands.
Yeah,
Gili Islands it's not that good.
Is it not?
No, I mean it's good, but it's just a holiday place. It's for Aussies, like, because I went to Bali for holiday, and you can get cheap flights there. So it's like someone from the UK going to Mallorca, and Gili too. I thought it was going to be some remote island, but there's an Irish bar on there.
Of course,
and it's quite a nice little island, and the water was crystal clear, and there's remote and there's no cars and that, but it's not like somewhere you really have to go. It's just that commercial, but it's just there's not really that remote. There's TVs there. We watch the World Cup games there, and say there's an Irish bar there. That's all you need to know. So I don't think you massively missed out on that.
No, well, it's just you just hear about these places, don't you? Like, I didn't get to go to Laos, but I don't know if I'm as bothered about Laos. I don't know why. I don't know.
It's alright, and then whether I'd fly back out there just to go to Laos.
Yeah. If I did have more time or more money, I did want to do like the Great Wall of China. I heard that was a lot of money, and I didn't really have the time. Quite expensive to go.
You can't do everything sometimes.
Hey?
You can't do everything sometimes.
No, exactly, but it's good to go away with unfinished business, and it's always good to go back with a hunger to come back again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So hopefully one day, but hopefully with this teaching degree I can, if
you have the summers.
Do my NQT year, and then there's the opportunity, like summer holidays as well, but also to teach, I suppose.
Okay.
In the private schools out there. You can make a life of that if you wanted to.
Yeah, I've got a friend who teaches in Bahrain. He travelled through like Oman and all the way up to Dubai, and a place that you wouldn't actually think of going, but he says they're really good. And he came and joined me in Bali as well.
Well, the more, actually, Myanmar was somewhere that appealed to me, the more I was, because it's like, my friend was saying something like it's only just been open to tourists. I went over there, it's very difficult.
Well, there was a civil war when I was there.
Was there?
I think so. Well, there's some chaos going on. I went for all of 10 minutes. I've heard it's good. It's a bit more expensive because the links aren't there.
Yeah.
So there's less buses, and so that means the price is more and stuff. But I have heard it's really good.
But I have to go back to Bangkok. Like Bangkok, I just loved it.
You can go back there even if you're flying somewhere else because it's such a transport hub.
Just a few days there.
You can pass through.
I'd love it. I feel like I'd be so comfortable there, just living there. Like I know it was only a short in the grand scheme of things, but I was there long enough to get to know the place, and I was really comfortable my way around. You know, just it would be such an odd feeling to be back, but I definitely want to go back sometime. Yeah, I will go back to Bangkok. I will see more shows. I will go to Koh San. I will. There's so many things. I just want to do it all again. Like go on sky bars and just live it up. Just.
So you'd live in Bangkok, would you?
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, no, I would.
If someone had said to you before you travelled that you'd really want to go back to Bangkok and live there, would you believe that?
No way. I'd be like, no, not from what I heard about how crazy. Well, it is crazy, but you just get used to it. And yeah, at first I thought it was just, it smelled, it wasn't, like, not everyone obviously, but like you go down the street and there'd be like food and stuff which had been, some of it's obviously nice, but some have been like sitting out the whole day. Then there'd be like homeless people on the other side, and there's like lots of litter and stuff. So it is quite, I found it quite a dirty place. And there's so much so much traffic and stuff. Chaotic. Crossing the road is like a risk of your life every single time. And the taxi drivers are something else. They don't want to take you. They'll be like, "Oh, can you take me?"
Unless
too far.
Unless
it's your job. You don't want the money.
You're better off using a meter if you get a taxi, because they'll try and charge you too much.
The thing is, they get you because, and I only know this through living there.
Yeah.
Like they'll charge you something which to you is cheap because you come from somewhere Western, but to them,
it's a lot of money.
And people often, because they're there for holidays,
like £6, cool, and it's like
through knowing that you get it cheaper, I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's principle, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I'm not just going to pay that. You have to think like a Thai, because otherwise you'll get scammed. You know? With clothes, same with food.
You don't want to be too sceptical, but you got to be aware that they are going to charge inflated prices.
No, but you know, at the end of the day, it's their living, so they're going to try and push their luck, I suppose. You know.
It's amazing how cheap you can get things.
Yeah.
You think you're getting a good deal, and then you're not.
Then, just through living there, you think, my God, I actually got really top. I could have got 3 of these if I went here. And
I reckon we should call that a day.
What I will say about lady boys is, lady boys are at school basically. Like they dress as lady boys at 13, and thought like my friend teaching secondary.
Okay.
And they were in the class, and they're the popular kids basically.
Wow.
But what they say goes, they like rule the roost. So they start at an early age. I guess like you would do growing up, you discover yourself and stuff, I suppose, but. It's so open though, you know what I mean?
I never knew that.
Great that you can just, that can happen, you know, that you can just be yourself over there.
Right.
But on that note,
what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is
Jack KKK.
Oh shit, yeah, no, I changed. It's actually JFid_.
I'll put it on the show notes. Instagram
is the same, JFid_. And Jack Fids on Facebook if you want to add me, check me out. I'm single. If anyone. And, that's me.
Alright, cheers mate.
Thank you.